What's going on, everybody? Welcome to NESN Bets Kickoff, Thursday Night Football Edition. I'm Claudia Bellofatto. He's former Patriots running back LeGarrette Blount. LG, we talked a little bit before we went live, and you shocked me. You think this game's going to be a little bit closer than expected. We're going to break down the game, but first, let's talk about this Chiefs team, the favorite to win the AFC right now. Do you agree with the odds here, or do you think somebody else should be the favorite in the AFC?
I think they're the clear favorites in the AFC. You're gonna have to find some pretty damaging film to show me different. I think they're the best. I think they're the best in the AFC for sure.
Okay, and the line reflects that tonight. They're an 11-point favorite, 10.5-point favorite, a big favorite against this Broncos squad. But earlier, you told me you think it might be a different story than people are expecting.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot closer than what people think. Obviously the Chiefs have been a high-powered offense for a long, for a few years now. Enough and high-powered enough to win 2 Super Bowls. So they're a high-powered offense, and I think that people think that just because of that they're gonna go and score 40 and 50. And hey, maybe they do. But I just think that Denver always plays them tough. I think they're gonna play them tough again. So I think it's going to be a lot closer game than what you think it is. I think the Broncos cover the spread for sure.
Okay, so you're going to take the points. Let's talk about this total at 47. So we know the Chiefs can put the points on the board, and they're facing a Broncos defense giving up the most points, the most yards. Yet on offense, they've actually looked okay. So with this total of 47, do you see it going over or under?
I see it going over the total. They, like I said, they play tough. It's gonna always be a hard fought game. Man, Russ isn't playing nowhere near as bad as what people think he is. They're just not winning the football games. That's what it comes down to. So I mean, he's gonna show some. They're gonna show some fight tonight in prime time. I think they're gonna do a good job and probably keep it close. So you got to go with the over here, over 47 over 47 points. I like the over.
Okay, you like the over. Let's talk about Russ, and I know we can get the lineup here on the board because it's been moving across, through up and down all day today. We're seeing 218.5 is the number it's at now. So game script, even if you think it's going to be close, regardless, he's going to have to keep up with Patrick Mahomes, right? So I said earlier today, we've seen him throw 300-plus games. He's cashed this number in 3 of 5. I like the over, and it sounds like maybe you do too.
Oh yeah, I like the over. He is going to get in a position to where he's going to have to throw the football unless they can control it on the ground. He's going to get in a position to where he's going to have to throw the football. And even the Broncos have a nice little two-headed running attack with Javonte and the other kids. So I mean, you can't count that out. Maybe they control the pace of the game that way. So I mean, the game script says it should probably throw the ball enough to go for over 218.5.
Yeah, whether they are trailing by 2 touchdowns or if they're keeping it close, you got to get points on the board because you can't rely on the defense. Let's talk about the other quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. He's only thrown for 300 once so far this season. His line is 275.5, which he's cashed twice. Do you see him getting to 300 or around the 270 range? What's a number that sounds right to you in this spot?
I say around 270. That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
That is, he's going to get his throws in. He's going to definitely get his throws in. Obviously, he's going to get the ball downfield. So he's a big play guy. They always make big plays. So it's hard to go with the under with his pass yards, especially against this Broncos defense. It's just hard to go with an under with these guys right here. So I'm gonna go with the over on Mahomes too right here, man. He's gonna light him up on the big stage. He always does, but he always does throw a pick. So be careful.
So maybe an interception, also a play. So you like them to get the passing game going. Let's talk about the run game with Isaiah Pacheco. Broncos right now giving up 188 rush yards a game. So we see Pacheco here, 74.5 rush yards. That feels like a safe number. We haven't seen him hit this consistently, but in this spot, if they are up early, and they're playing from in front, right? The opposite case of Russell Wilson having to throw the ball, they're going to run it out, bleed the clock out, right? So what have you seen from Pacheco, and do you like this number to go over?
I like him to go. I like him to go over. I like him to go over. I think that Pacheco is going to get the carries. He's going to be the one that's probably trying. They're going to probably try to set the pace of the game with him. They don't run the ball too much. I think Pacheco's only had 20 carries one time this season.
Hmm.
So I mean, understand that for a running back to get under 20 carries and get 70 to 75 yards, that is tough. That is tough. So just keep that in mind. You know, you're going to be depending on him getting the carries in order to hit these yard marks. Um, I still think he has a chance to get the over. He does have a chance to get the over, but that's not guaranteed. But if I was going to go, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go with him getting the over here. These guys have the worst run defense in the NFL.
They do. So let me ask you, because me, when I'm handicapping this game, I'm like, okay, easy. Broncos giving up this many rush yards a game. As a player going into that situation, what is he thinking? Is he like, okay, I'm going to run all over these guys? Or is it sort of worse to do that because you're letting your guard down in a sort of way? What is his mindset going into a game facing a defense like this where he knows he's going to find those holes?
His mindset is to just go into this game like any other game, prepare for the game to be played from ahead, or prepare to have the opportunities with the football. Um, Obviously, Andy Reid is really the one that has to have the job of not knowing, if this guy's going to be able to get the carries and control the pace of the game for him. So, I'm gonna say Andy Reid probably should be the one that worries about that. Pacheco should just make sure he stay locked into the game, make sure he knows what the game plan is, and run hard with every opportunity that he gets. Because I mean, again, it shows that he don't get a lot. He's only had one carry or one game that he's had 20
Hmm.
carries in. So, take advantage of every opportunity, and that creates more opportunities.
And we saw him explode in the second half of last season. He looked like a completely different player. It is only 5 weeks in, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see that production pick up. So I'm with you there. I like the over, especially with the game script. Now, when it comes to receivers, we always look to Travis Kelce, and I know he's sort of banged up right now. He's not 100%, but his props are
Right.
still up. If he's healthy, he's the number one target. Would you look at his numbers, or is there another player in the passing game that you like for the Chiefs?
I mean, if you're going to go with some security, I would definitely always look at Kelsey's numbers, whether he's banged up or not. If he's playing in the game, he's going to get the targets.
Hmm.
So he's always, usually he's going to be able to make a big play for you here and there. But again, this Broncos team tends to play these guys tight. He tends to play them tight. Um, he's had games where he's probably hasn't had a big game against these guys before as well. So you might want to be careful on that. I would rather bet the Kelsey touchdown rather than the yards.
It's almost like I read your mind. I was about to say, I'm assuming you like him for anytime touchdown. Because my next question was, who do you like to find the end zone? But it just feels like a given. Because then even if he's not 100%, once they get to the red zone, it's like, okay, easy, no question. Taylor
Right.
Swift is in the stands. Like, I'm just kidding. Well, she is, but I'm joking about that motivation part of it. Okay, do you like anybody else to score a touchdown? I was looking at Pacheco possibly, just because I think they're
Okay.
going to use him more than we've seen him used in the past few weeks.
I like Pacheco as well. I like
Hmm.
Pacheco as well. With the Broncos running back situation, that's a little iffy. But I do like one of their backs to score a touchdown. But I'm on the Pacheco train for sure. I like
Okay.
Pacheco to score one.
Now, let me ask you this. Since you think it possibly could be close, you're taking the points. Is there a chance the Broncos actually win this?
I don't see him winning it, but I do see him keeping it pretty close. Uh, I just don't see him winning the game. I don't see anything that they can do to possibly come out on the other side of this game.
Okay. Because I was going to say, moving forward, I've been trashing on this team, I fully admit it, since
Oh
the
yeah.
beginning of the season. And I feel like everybody's taken all the respect away from them. But moving forward, what is the key? Like, how do they change the narrative around this? Is it just Russ continues to play well and the defense just plays better than it is now, which shouldn't be hard to do? What can they do to sort of change the word around this team?
They have to fix the defense. Again, no matter how hard and how not good the offense is, one main thing that stays consistent with this league is defense wins championships. You got to fix the defense first. If you don't fix the defense first, no matter how many points the offense can end up scoring, and no matter how much better the offense get, if you can't stop anybody, you don't want to get into shootouts with some of these teams that you're going to see in the postseason. I promise you.
And if they win and beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead, primetime, that's pretty good narrative shift there. Final score before we go. What's your prediction?
I'm going to go with the Broncos 24 and the Chiefs 34.
Okay. All right. So you need that 11. I love it. Algie, appreciate you as always, everybody. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. We'll see you next week.